Welcome to Serious Software's e-commerce training series. In this video, we will be covering the basic navigation of the admin panel. Once logged into the admin panel provided to you on your onboarding material, you will have a navigation bar along the top. So you have your help menu with the question mark surrounded by the circle. Our knowledge base will lead you to our e-commerce training pages, and the support request would lead you to a form to fill out any support requests that you may have as you're working through the admin panel or through your storefront setup. You can contact the entire team via this request form or by emailing us at ecommerce@serious.com. You also have your profile information, so just some basic information that connects you to your profile and control, basically your name, email address, that type of information. You can't make any changes here. Any changes to your login information would need to be handled through your control administrator inside of Serious Control. Once logged in, you'll start at the storefronts page. Storefronts are going to be all your individual websites that you make for either yourself or for individual clients. Some of the terminology you'll hear throughout this series is we have public storefronts, which is more about your branding. Anyone can sign up for it. Anyone can order from this storefront. It's open up to new customers. And then we have private storefronts or private branding in there, being that the storefront is set for a particular company and only people from that company should be given access or ability to log into the storefront. Next down the list would be catalogs. And catalogs are going to be ways of grouping products and categories together for individual storefronts. You can have as many catalogs as you would like set up for an individual storefront. However, only one can be active at any given time. So you might have a concept similar to what we have going on the screen here as a spring catalog and a winter catalog. If you have multiple storefronts going, it is helpful to have the brand of which storefront that connects to attached to your catalog name as well. Categories are going to be groups of products. Most commonly, these are going to be the items that are in your navigation bar on side of your storefront so that you can direct or navigate your customer to the correct product that they're looking for. Categories can be across multiple storefronts, so you do want to kind of think of naming if you're going to be sharing these across multiple storefronts. You want to make sure that the naming conventions are applicable across those storefronts, or they can be individual. You don't have to share them across storefronts. They can be specific just to one company. Products are going to be your catalog items. These are finished goods that you're selling to the customer. They should be formatted in a way that the end user knows what they're purchasing, knows what they're buying. Instead of being like in control where you're dealing with a wide format print or a digital print, you should be very specific to what that customer is buying. Add-ons are connected to products. These are ways of giving customers choices about things in your product. As we get into the product videos, you'll see there's multiple ways of hosting images. One of them is customizable, which means the customer is given a canvas to do their own designs. But you might, even on the top of that, need to ask the customer some questions about that specific product. A common example might be material. Are they getting banner gloss material or banner matte material? If it's a t-shirt, maybe you're giving them a drop-down list of sizes. It might be text related. You don't want to make it a customizable image, but you need their name and phone number in order to complete the artwork. Things like that can be added and given to the customer in a way to where they can fill it out on the product form and you still get the information to produce the finished item. Orders is going to be your order database within the e-commerce storefront. So it's going to be a history of any and all orders placed across any storefront or all storefronts. Gives you some basic information what was the store, who made the purchase, when was the date, what was the amount, how did they pay for it. If there's any customizable artwork, there is a download option here as well. However, the artwork will go over to the documents management folder inside of control as long as you have that feature turned on. If you do have an issue with it coming over, or you don't utilize that feature inside of control, then you can come here and download the artwork that the customer created. We do give you a snapshot of the customer database. It's really more just for informational who's signed up for your storefronts. There's not a lot you can change from these screens, and you won't see us focus on them too terribly much in these video series because everything is really housed and contained inside of control, inside of your normal CRM. So there's not a whole lot for us to focus on here. The one thing that we will come back and focus on in another video is access to your storefronts for your contacts. So if you come into your contacts, you'll see there's ability to send them a password reset and also to control what storefront they have access to. Again, that will be covered in more detail in a later series about creating logins for your storefronts. We do have some base report capabilities here, some just basic reports about customers and sales going through on your various storefronts. We have our settings menu, which is going to be a lot of our defaults, things that we're going to set up across the storefront. You have your shipping methods here. So what type of shipping methods are you offering on individual storefronts or on all storefronts? You have your products detail options here, which will be when we talk more about integrations. These are kind of your fallback products or your default shipping product in this case. So when the order comes over to control, if I can't make any additional matches, what product should I use to implement the order or create the order? And then the last menu on our option is our online designer settings. We'll talk about these more in detail when we talk about your online designer options, but it is a place where we can hold custom colors. For example, if the company, the private site you're working on has a specific color palette that they want to stay within, you can create those colors either through the CMYK or the RGB combinations. And then you can create a color group so that anything to do with that storefront is locked into those colors. We also offer the ability for custom fonts. While we do host a series of system fonts or standard fonts in here, if you work with anyone particular and they have a custom font that they need to be used on their storefront, we give you the ability to upload those fonts. We just ask that you have ownership or the rights to use those fonts. We don't want to. There'll be issues if you've just downloaded a free version offline. It won't read right. And same way with color groups, you can create font groups of just custom ways of locking in customers or designs to specific font options. So that is our tour of the e-commerce admin panel. If you have any questions, please feel free to join us on the Q&A session or reach out to us at ecommerce@sirius.com. Thanks. Have a great day.